Hey everybody, welcome to Damage Check. Today, we talk about GBTO4, or what little we know. Hey everybody, welcome to Damage Check, your source for everything Vanguard related, from news, spoilers, conversation, everything you liked. I'm joined with just one man, but he's an angry man, so he'll entertain us.
Oh, I try. I try my best.
Good old angry man Alston. Yeah, Jorge's getting ready to go scrub out in places. There's a bug on my wall, but that's not important. Today is a big day, but not really. So, the week this goes up, we'll be going to ARG States that weekend. So if you're going to Charlotte, to the ARG Charlotte, we'll be there playing games, trying to win, facing all those bountiful legend decks. We'll see.
Oh, I'd like to say you'll be seeing a bunch of bad decks, but I in all good conscience can't say you will be, because anybody with what, $30 or something?
30 for the trial deck, plus maybe another 20 to make it playably competitive.
Okay, so anybody with $50 and enough to enter the tournament is going to have a pretty solid deck, so no bad decks this time. Oh, and I'm sure there'll probably be some scrubs bringing trash cans, but
I like my trash cans. I like my free W's.
I mean, yeah, who doesn't?
But speaking of free W's, there's some clans that might finally get their way out of the trash can.
Oh yes, we got the full clan list for GBTO4, and the list of clans supported is a little surprising.
It's a whopping 7 with some surprise entrances. First of all, in the surprising but very making me a little frustrated, Shadow Paladins get another set of support. Now look, we talk bad about Shadow Paladins a lot on this channel, okay? A lot of it's kind of warranted. But, you know what, like, 2 main sets back to back, like, look, when Royal Paladins get that, I get mad too, because I think that's a little unfair. When Kagero gets that, I get mad too, because Kagero already has like 208. What's the actual number? It's like 200 and XX amount of cards.
Enough cards. I'm like, we know these cards are going to be the stones, like it's shadows. When have they gotten like a set of, like, when have they gotten main set support and not just been like godly? Like, even Witch Risers were just like the stone cold nuts.
Yeah, Witch Risers. Even Witches weren't terrible.
Yeah, I was like, even Witches by themselves weren't that bad, but Witch Risers just killed everything.
So, Shadow Paladins, they get support. Whoop-de-doo. Maybe they'll get a cross-break ride. For
something like that.
On Royal Paladins, I'm kind of upset about it too. I think that hopefully the Royal Paladins and Shadow Paladins will be very limited in support, like maybe like 6 cards or something like small.
I really hope it's not a main chunk of it, especially with the clans that are also getting support in this. Like, I really hope it goes towards them and not, like, Shadows and Royals.
Yeah, so Shadow Paladin, Royal Paladin, Gear Chronicle, their 3rd set of support.
Alright, let's see if this can pull them out of the trash can.
Granted, their first set gave them a good chunk of support. GBTO2 gave them very little. Gave them like another Legion and a Stride, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Outside of that, they didn't get much. Oh, and a foil crit, but foil crits are nice.
Yeah, it's always good to have foil crits, because when those crazy Singaporeans can say like, oh, cut to a foil, and then you kill them.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
Yeah.
So we've got that. We've got Neo Nectar.
Oh yeah, don't they just need, like, do they have a Stride Enabler, or am I thinking, no, that's Mary Collins.
No, they have a Stride Enabler, yeah.
Yeah, Neo Nectar is, it's alright. This might be a big jump they need, because they're on the edge of, like,
of being competitive. I mean, GBTO2 gave them a good boost, but they still need more.
It still wasn't enough to push them past everything, so hopefully this is what they're looking for.
I mean, they're good at calling dudes, but they need to do, I mean, and they get power for duplicates, but
I mean,
what they needed is more Murakumo-like skill, and I would never say that.
Yeah, like, who would have thought, like, a deck's just, like, actually wanting to do what Murakumo does.
Continuing, so those are the 4 that are, like, duplicates. The next 3 clans are new to Vanguard G.
Yeah.
First things first, we got Genesis.
I'm a little scared of this. I'll be honest.
I mean, they're gonna get the limit break enabler,
and that's just terrifying.
and they're gonna get the stride support, and we also know they're gonna get support for regalias. So, and we know hopefully it'll be more than just
like throw that together with like the Fighters Collection 15 stuff, and this deck is probably gonna get really scary.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to play it.
I mean, yeah.
It's just, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It all depends. I kind of want to know what the Revival Legion's going to go to. I don't think it's going to go to Genesis. They're too new of a clan, in my opinion.
Yeah, they could revive what? The deck's barely like a baby.
The clan is barely a baby. The clan was released in BT10. That's only like...
It's like 8, and then like, at this point, like what, 12 sets old?
No,
At that release?
I mean...
Because what was
Set 10 was its official Genesis release, and we're at set, I guess, 9. This will be set 20? So 10 sets?
I thought we went to BT17.
Oh, we did get a BT17, so 11 sets.
Yeah.
But they also got an EB along the way. But I mean,
yeah,
10 sets since their release, 11 sets since their release, so...
They're like not even... They're barely older than like Joker.
Yeah, and like Joker didn't get a revival, so I mean, maybe they might, Fortuna, but...
I mean, we don't know, so we'll see. We'll see.
Next one is Angel Feather.
Thank
Jorge
God
for listening.
Jorge isn't here, or else this table would be smashed to pieces.
There's the Jorge banging the table that we know and for Venezuelan jankiness.
And we don't love. We don't love that.
Angel Feather is getting support, and we do know it'll be Celestial. They'll finally get the Limit Break Enabler, which they're in desperate need of.
That deck actually can do some pretty scary things with a Limit Break Enabler. It's just, hopefully they get...
They're going to need more than just...
They're going to need more than the Limit Break Enabler. They're going to need strides that are really strong. Like, I think they got one in FC15, but I don't know how good it was. Actually no, that thing was really good. It lets you Demonic Tutor for your damage zone, which is really good.
Yeah, it was alright. It wasn't terrible, but both the strides were good. It wasn't nearly as busted as the rest of the stuff. I mean, like Jorge said, it's finally some plussing, which Angel Feather needs. But we'll see. I mean, they might get the Revival Legion.
I could see that, because they've been alive since set 6, so they're in the running for it. Like, if the Blood gets one, then... If Vermilion gets one, then, I mean, why not?
Yeah. Skipped over my boy Duke, though.
Whatever.
Going on, and last but not least, Mega Colony, the Dark Horse. Now, here's the thing, though. Mega Colony honestly doesn't need that much to really get pushed over. I mean, the stride really... I think what they're trying to do with Mega Colony is truly make it the anti-meta clan.
Yeah, like this deck is already pretty scary with just the stride it got out of FC15.
By the way, we know about Stag Beetle. Yes. We know it exists.
Oh my god, the people who said we don't.
Pojo, we knew it exists. We knew it existed day one. Jorge bought those cards the minute the stride was
He bought them when they were $2. Yes, he's known about Stag. We've all known about Stag Beetle. For God's sake, I own those cards in Japanese back when I first started playing this game. We know what Stag Beetle does, and yes, Braxton is a twig. Ha 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 ha. I'm really surprised I wasn't brought up in that. That was funny. Yeah, Pojo, I don't know why I'm responding to you, but yeah, we see you.
We see you. So we've got Mega Colony. They might also get the Legion.
Mega Colony could definitely...
Stag Beetle Revival Legion?
That'd be disgusting. Oh my god. That would be absolutely disgusting. But, like, no, that deck, if that deck gets its stride enabler, this could be... That could be a real terror.
Here's what they honestly need. They need, in my opinion... They need their stride fodder, which they'll get, because every clan gets them.
If they don't, well, they have a problem.
They're really going after them. Another stride that's good wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, because right now, they're sitting on like four of the FC15 stride, and then like a bunch of vanillas.
Yeah, well, they have both.
They do have an on.
They have both 15 strides.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did get 2.
Yeah, so they got them both, but what they really honestly need is just more machinings.
They do need more
because the cards revolves around machinings. What they need is another machining crit.
They really do, because like that's the thing. Like with decks like this, like when you give them an archetype like that so early, and you still don't give them their crit, or their full set of triggers to play what they want to play, like it just hurts so bad. Like This deck needs to play crits. Like, for whoever said to stand your grade 3s, you make me want to vomit. But, like, no, you should not be running Machining Cicada. Like, please stop. You need to be running crits, like, even if you're running non-machining crits.
This is my dancing crit.
Oh.
I don't know.
I was say, what?
I don't know what I was doing, honestly. I had to try to recover there.
Oh, okay.
So we got Megacon, basically what they need is just more machining stuff.
Yeah.
Which maybe they'll probably get it, honestly. But the biggest news is evolution units.
Do we know what these are gonna do?
We don't know what they're gonna do. We don't know if they're like an evolution on cross strides. We don't know if they're cross. We don't know if they're like. All we know is that they're
no idea what these are.
Evolution units.
Like, this could mean so many things, and honestly, this is a little. This could be bad. Like, this could be bad for the game.
And we're getting our way to, like, this means that we're getting on our way to the mid to season finale of the first season of G, because, you know, this is where they bust out
the new mechanic that does curb stomps, whatever.
Yeah, you know, in the first one it was cross ride, the second season it was, cross ride, alternate break cross ride.
Limit break cross rides. It was ultimate break. And then next was...
well, it was break ride in the beginning, and then it was cross break ride.
Yeah. And then
Legion was just Legion.
Legion was just too good. Like, what else do you need? It's just Legion.
Legion is love, Legion is life.
Yeah, I was like breaking Legion, but even then that didn't work. But you tried, Aichi. You tried.
You did your best. We still love you. Yeah, it's just we do have some of their names. And we have them all, but I can't find them at this particular second. Nate, here, put all the names like in some kind of like blockish order. Like, ooh, look at that Animal name. Ooh, look at that Kronos name.
Auragaizer. We have
the one off the top of my head is Auragaizer Damned.
Then I remember there's one that's I kind of remember the Chronojet one. It's Chrono Next or something like that.
Oh, Sovereign Black Dragon Auragaizer Damned.
Yeah. Then there's a Chronojet, like there's a Chronojet looking one, and then there's an Ultimile one. Those are the ones we can remember off the top of our heads, but this could be scary for the health of the game. I don't know what they do yet, but
they could do a lot of fun stuff with it.
This may be a little much. We'll have to wait and see.
It'll take a little bit of time.
Yeah. I'm interested, but I'm worried.
Nate's gonna put them up because I cannot find them off the top of my head. But they're gonna be good. Well, they could be good.
Probably be good.
Are they gonna go cross ride mode? Or are they gonna go like it's a stride that when like like the base stride is flipped up in the G zone, it does something?
Yeah, like I don't.
And you could go in either way.
It might be like you flip up copies of like the other one or itself, so you basically get like more Persona flips. I don't know, like it's kind of I don't know what this could possibly be.
Well, leaving GBTO4, in the news on the American shores, we are at the showing. When you guys are sitting down and watching this, we are 4 days away from the release. Well, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 4 days away from the release of Trial Deck 3. Trial Deck Link Joker Trial Deck.
Messiahs.
The Messiah Trial Deck.
The thing people won't stop asking us about.
5. Trial Deck 5. Trial Deck 5. The Messiah one. It does have a hot stamp card, so that means Aqua Force is the only one without it.
Yeah, I mean, the Trial Deck was already like bought up in troves because of Lambay, but.
Preparation for Lambay didn't actually have Lambay in it.
I mean,
Lambay in it.
Oh god! Oh please no! That'd be some Legend deck tier nonsense. Okay, but yeah, like adding on to that, like over in over in Japan, what was it? Awakening? What Messiah was it? The main one, Genesis. What was it? Genesis Messiah or
Amnesty?
Amnesty Messiah, the big boss stride unit. He was selling for over.
They was $44 to $58. We talked about it last time, Jack.
Okay, yeah. So that's a little.
He's valued, but I don't think we'll see that here.
I don't think so. Like I don't know. To me, that deck is like it's cool. It's definitely not bad. But the thing is, like, we don't have another good grade 3 for it.
Yeah, you're kind of in a stuck place.
So, like, I don't know, the next time we get Link Joker support, like, I could see the deck pulling out, but for now, I don't think it warrants the price tag.
We have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But you do get a hot stamp card, which is nice. You
look.
also get a hot stamp card in the Legend deck.
Of course!
It's on Blaster Dark. It looks nice. I've seen images of it. Actually, put up an image right here. Bam! Very cute. I just call Blaster Dark cute. I'll never do that again. So yeah, and Fighters Collection 15. So all those come out Friday. Saturday is ARG State. Hope you get your cards that you need, everybody. We'll be doing some box openings. We'll probably post them up when we can. We'll wish you guys a lot of luck. We hope you guys do the same for us. But that coming out, be ready, because Shadows are going to dominate the playing field.
Oh.
Mega Colony might even come in for a little while.
Yeah.
Brawlers are going to be surprisingly effective.
We get Turbo, don't we?
Yeah, we get Turbo.
We get Turbo.
Granted, he's going to be harder to pull because he's a generation rare.
People will have it. People will have it.
People have everything.
Yeah, like
people will have fun. I mean, Nate will have his 4 Legend decks, his fully foiled out Legend deck.
Yeah, like honestly, I'd be willing to bet money that deck is going to have the biggest showing of any deck in the playing field.
Yeah.
Just because of its ease of obtaining it.
Well, it depends. We'll see a few variants.
Oh no, we
will.
will.
See Gust Blaster.
No, we'll definitely see variants. I just think that Shadows are definitely going to dominate the numbers game in this. So.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I agree. But there's always rogues.
Oh, of course.
Plus, with Fighters Collection boxes only like $35 a pop, so
yeah, so
they're cheaper. So it's a lot easier to get. I mean, granted, it's basically the same price as
it's a buy. I don't know. We'll see. I expect Shadows to dominate the numbers game, but I don't know. We'll see what wins. I personally hope we have a bit of a repeat of that one tournament that happened over in Japan.
Oh, Omega Loop?
I personally see that happening, but
Omega Loop!
I could be very mistaken, but it seems like it makes sense.
And heading forward to, let's talk about a little bit of spoilers here. We got a few more Bermuda Triangle spoilers.
Yeah.
Which is nice. We got a stand, so we're going to skip that. Put the name, and then beside it put a little poopy sign. Continuing forward. It's got Harmony, though.
I mean, it's got Harmony. That's nice, I guess. Yeah, but you're calling a stand, why God.
We've got School Etalile Olivia. I'm not good at pronunciations.
I think that's supposed to be Etwal. I could be wrong.
It's a stride. It's Counterblast 1, choose 1, basically Persona Flip. If the number face-up in your G-Zone is 1 or more, so this can be your first stride, I believe. You may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to, or maybe not. The wording on these cards is so weird. Choose up to 5 of your rear guards. Return all those chosen cards that have different card names. No. Let's try that again, everybody.
Yeah.
So.
It's like, I read this last night, and I'm like,
Alright. So pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 5 of your rear guards. If all the chosen cards have different card names, return them to your hand. If 3 or more return this way, choose up to 2 cards from your hand and call them to separate rear guards. And during that battle, this unit gets critical +1.
Yeah.
So, it's a cheap skill.
Yeah.
So
if I'm not mistaken, it can actually end up being free at the end of it. So. Oh wait, no, that's another card.
That's another card. Yeah. This one, and it'll have a counter with the school outfit and in the beach in full art. It's going to cost you hundreds of dollars for your waifu needs.
It's worth it. Buy them.
It's going to be nice. I think it's a good card. Not amazing, not mind-blowing, but definitely...
It's a good stride for that deck.
Now, next we've got a Duo Legion. So we've got Legion. And it's made as... The card's name is Duo Lovely Angel Nimul. I think that's how you pronounce that. Nimul, right?
Nimul. I don't know.
Legion 2000, Duo Lovely Devil Vepar, whatever. Skill once per turn, Counterblast 2. When another one of your units is returned to your hand from rear guard, if this unit is in Legion, you cry, because... You may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 2 cards with the same name as the unit returned to hand, reveal them to your opponent, put them in your hand, shuffle the deck. Then you may choose up to 3 cards with the same name as a unit on your Vanguard from your hand, and reveal them. If you reveal 3 cards, counter charge 2. Now remember, counter charge is the keyword for unflip.
Yeah.
Unflip 2. Even if you do not pay the cost, this ability cannot be used for the rest of the turn. Another skill it has is an act ability. Soul Blast 1 card with Duo in its card name. Choose one of your rear guards and return it to hand.
Yeah.
So it's good. Bouncing, it's a lot of stuff.
It can basically thin your deck of non-triggers for free, which is always nice.
And then the mate is Counter Blast 1. When this card is returned to hand from rear guard, if your Vanguard is in Legion, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your other rear guards, search your deck for up to 1 card with the same name as that unit, reveal it to your opponent, and put it in your hand, shuffle the deck. Then you may choose up to 3 cards with the same name as a unit in your Vanguard from your hand, reveal them. If you reveal 3 cards, countercharge 1. So it's basically unflip, unflip.
They're thinning your deck of cards that aren't triggers for free. Or, like, what's the last one, I guess, in the end?
Yeah. I mean, if you're taking cards out of the deck that don't have the little symbol on the side, that means that they're the only ones left in the deck.
Yeah, you still won't, and if you're me, you still won't check them, because this game is the devil.
So, that's pretty much the big spoilers we've gotten this far.
Yeah.
I mean, Nate might put up 1 if I forgot it, but man, couldn't have been that good.
Yeah, so like we're not blown back by it.
We're getting a lot of the Bermuda stuff being announced every day. It's the new mermaid.
Sword Boys.
Sword Boys are exciting. Yeah. I still don't think that'll hit the U.S. shores.
I really hope it does, because it's going to be so funny. Like, I would love to see that deck hit the States. I doubt it, though, because I don't think it has a target audience. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. It definitely has a target audience here. I just don't think anybody's going to know what it is.
We're actually going to have a quick discussion on a third topic, really quick, 5-minute, 10-minute discussion. We've heard this in the comment threads. What are thoughts, and I guess it's just going to be myself and Alston here, thoughts on Generation Break 1 as a mechanic? As Generation Break as a mechanic. And trust me, as we get closer to the Bermuda set, we'll talk about Harmony, because Harmony does have some complex stuff. I think Jorge's kind of working all that off in his head. His head's cranking, you can see the smoke in the distance.
Yeah.
Like, there it is.
Oh.
He's thinking right now.
Oh.
Well,
that's dangerous.
But I think Generation Break 1 is too slow of a mechanic.
I would agree. It brings you back, in terms of speed, almost to like where Limit Break had you.
It's faster than Limit Break.
Yes, it's faster than
but it's too much slower than Legion was.
I feel like it'd be different if the cards just had the stipulation that they couldn't active, like their skills wouldn't go off of it unless you're at grade 3. But even then, like some of these skills are just like there's like 11k attackers that are GB1, like
there's 12k attackers that are
GB1. Yeah, like there's like they're generic, but at the same time, like
yeah, they're good for like vanilla decks, and that's
so
the thing is like
slow.
It's such, to me, it's and I say this because people ask us all the time, like, what do you think about this deck? What do you think about that deck? Well, usually the conversation has to do with your Chronicle, and I'll be the first to admit that I've played that deck poorly in the past. I've changed it a little bit, and I play it a little bit better now that I took out the stand because I didn't like it. I will say this though, that deck is incredibly hindered by the fact that
it doesn't do anything until
you've strode the first time.
Yeah, like it's like playing a Limit Break deck into Legion format without enablers. Like it's just you're gonna die. Like your opponent, or excuse me, well you won't die, but your opponent will just pull so far ahead in the turns where they're able to do things that while you're just like trying to get to the Generation Break marker, that like you just can't.
Like, here's a little thinking thing. So let's talk about stuff that is recently topped, okay? You've got Thingsaver, and you may say Thingsaver out of mile, but let's get right to brass tacks. Who's the main boss in that deck?
Yeah, like
it's Thingsaver.
If you think All Mile carries that deck, I have some heartbreaking news.
Like I topped an ARG without Out of Mile, and I had Thingsaver.
Well, so one of these days.
One One of these is more important than the other. We can definitely say
The
that.
common factor here is Thing Saber, boys. It's
And
not.
the Thing Saber deck did not use most of the top list did not use Generation Break skills.
No.
You didn't see a lot of Knight of Twin Sword. So some Knight of Fragment, but Knight of Fragment was not a Generation Break skill.
No.
So not a lot of the cards in that deck was Generation Break.
Like
Risers.
Oh.
Cat Butler Risers. Cat Butler did the lifting in that deck. Cat Butler's not a Generation Break 1 skill.
No.
I wish it was.
God, I wish that card would get hit already.
D-Police. Not a Generation Break 1 heavy deck at all. If it uses anything, it uses Dijet as its only Generation Break 1
whatever.
deck.
That card's still good. That card's really good.
Aqua Force uses very little
And
Generation Break. Maybe Magnum Assault. If you're running the Thavas build, you're playing Thavas or Salvas, whatever.
whatever they changed it to.
But it also maintains a minimal stance.
Yeah, like it's still only like a few cards as compared to decks like Gear Chronicle, which honestly, like every card in the deck, like, well, actually, okay, before anybody like roasts me a new one for saying every card, most of the cards are GB1, and like even some are.
Most of the functioning card.
Yeah.
Amber, your Pazura Lee, Chrono Jet, your 12K.
Yeah, like all these cards that other decks get for free, you have to wait till Generation Break for.
Here's the issue. Let's say you want to try a grade 2 rush or something.
Oh,
The 12K gives you that kind of push.
Yeah, like it lets you throw jank behind it, like, and then just like go boom, and then just like hit for numbers that your opponent just can't hold up to.
Exactly, and it just gives you that ability. In my opinion,
It's like being able to play a 10K without having to play a 10K.
So when we talked about Aquaforce, talked about the Kagero, practically none.
Like all
Practically
the,
no
all the-
GBT.
like all the topping lists that I've seen, like they don't play any. Like there's this one that you can play, but like GB1, like when it, I think it's when it attacks, when it's boosted or something, you can kill something.
Yeah.
But even then, like if you're playing that, like what is your grade 2 lineup exactly? Like why aren't you just playing Max Burnout, Burning Horn, and like the Legion for, and then Burnout? I mean not Neo Flames, excuse me. Like I don't understand like where you're finding room for this, like in all honesty, a subpar card. Like,
And then, so we've covered those big boys. The only one that has a foot to stand on is maybe Nova Grappler Extreme Battlers. Which I've seen top in the past is a pretty heavy deck in terms of Generation Break.
Yeah.
But it hits a balance, and it's also its topping is murky, inconsistent.
It's sporadic.
It's not Royal Paladins, which you've seen top consistently.
And also, like that deck, like it has such a heavy push in terms of just raw card advantage that like it makes up the difference that it has when waiting to hit that mark of Generation Break, as opposed to Gear Chronicle, which just says like, oh, do you have the cards? You don't? Okay, well, I win. Oh, you have them? Oh, well, good game. But like
OTT even talk about do you have the cards? OTT even didn't use them at all.
They use like what the 12K. That's really
the 12K. That's it. And then let's see. So that pretty much covers a lot of it. I mean,
and like
the only deck in the upcoming future that's moderately heavy on GB at all might be the Dark. But
I don't even know if I'd call it like really heavy on GB. Like I guess like Blaster Dark Diablo is like a GB2, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a GB2.
But he's going off on the turn you need him to, which is the turn you're striding Diablos.
Yeah.
So,
I just want to say that, like,
I mean,
to me, Legion was a huge step forward in the game.
I would agree. It encouraged smart play as opposed, like, guarding early is incredibly smart play, which Limit Break made you not do, which was just so bad to me, but Legion actually encourages correct play.
Which is why we still saw decks like MLB and Dote still be prevalent even through Limit Break meta.
Especially MLB, like, because that deck, it would threaten you, like, out of Limit Break. Like, you're just like, oh, you're at 3, well, I can kill you with a crit. Like, that's terrifying.
It is, I agree.
Like, especially back then, like, when we, like, even in, like, Royal RP days, like, like, when that deck came out in the States, it saw heavy play. into the limit break meta.
A heavy limit break meta too.
Yeah, like we weren't just like scratching into limit break meta. We were like what, set 8 by that point?
Yeah, set 8.
Like
I think it was set 8, set 5, and set 9. So.
Something like that. Yeah, like we were well on our way into limit break meta, and those decks were still seeing a large amount of play. So, like Generation Break is just so it's almost as slow as limit break.
It's a little faster. I'll give you that.
No, I'll definitely give them that. It's a little faster, and it still encourages. It allows you to play correctly by guarding early, and it just lets you do. It still lets you play correctly, which is I will give it that over limit break, but I still think it's too slow.
I think it is a little too slow as well. But that's all the time we have for that. This is Damage Check. This is us, Team Absolution. Stick around. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Check us out on our Force of Will channel. You'll see Alston there doing deck profiles and all the like. We'll see you here next time. Team Absolution.
Bye-bye.
Peace.